8, 9. And he's like, 45. And then he starts fucking laughing. Oh man, that fucking movie's awesome, dude.
When's the last time you watched that?
I don't know. It
It
wasn't.
sounds like fucking yesterday.
Yeah, it wasn't yesterday, dude. But I watched it recently, not
He's like, whenever
like
I
a
got
few
free
months
time,
ago, maybe.
whenever I got free time, I put it on.
Whenever I catch it, it usually comes on like TNT or some shit. I watch it on there.
Oh, Texas got a big recruit too. We talk about 5-star running back.
We got that linebacker too.
Mm-hmm.
That Robinson kid.
Yeah. Well, Robinson's for next year, and then that linebacker I think is a year after that.
Oh, okay.
And but that class, it's shaping up to be in top 4 or 5
What's
stars.
up, Juwan?
Oh, we got some people.
All goes away if we can't do
Already,
shit.
dude.
Yeah.
Who is this dude, man? What's up, What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
What's your name? I want to call you something other
His
than
name is Juan.
J4.
What's up, Juan?
1R.
His name is Juan. He's got a YouTube page.
J4 1R. I like J4. Can I call you J4?
Yeah, I'll call him J4.
He's a stormtrooper.
It fucking sounds cool, man.
Finn. Why did he name himself Finn?
Because it was
Because he was FN, right?
FN.
What's his name?
And it's
What's
like,
his name named him?
yeah. The
The
fighter
guy he
jet
rescued. I can't think of his name.
So,
It started with the P, didn't it?
Yeah, I thought so.
Pelosi.
No. He's a
Frank?
starfighter dude.
Frank.
Bother me. No, it ain't
No, it's a
Frank.
starfighter dude.
Pablo.
Fuck.
It doesn't start with a P.
Anyways, he said, "What's your name?" And they
Listen to
said,
how fast
"Oh, they call
Brandon
me.
types,
They call
dude.
me FN 1 2 3 4 5 6." And he's like, "No, I'm calling you Finn from now on."
Yeah.
How you like that? Yeah, Finn. Okay, I like that.
Who is it?
I don't know. Look it up.
It starts with the P, didn't it?
Poe.
Poe.
Poe Dameron.
Poe.
2 fucking letters, P-O, and we couldn't think of that shit.
Poe.
No, it's P-O-E.
I was the closest. I said Pelosi.
Poe.
Well, no, actually, me and Ernest still would have been closer. Because we said it started with a P. There's only 2 more letters, and Pelosi's got a lot more, so you lost.
Your face is a liar.
Yeah,
You
man.
lost.
And Price is Right. You lost, dude. You don't go over.
Mm-hmm.
It's the closest to it.
Yep.
$1, Bob.
What?
Who the fuck was that? Where'd that come from?
It came from our
Oh,
commish.
Hey, man. Did you
Oh,
get
I'm
that,
the commissioner?
Did you get that camera working?
What camera?
The one right in front of you.
Oh. Tell me if
That's racist.
the green light is on.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh, shit, I did.
All right.
Thank you for closing the closet with the creepy monkey in there.
Yeah, I didn't want to scare Ernest again.
Dude, that motherfucker's looking right at me the whole show. I don't like that. Now turn the camera off. Nobody needs to see you.
Oh, okay. Bye.
What's up, Big Joe?
What's up, Big Ho? I mean, Big Joe.
Them Patriots locking up.
See
Brady
this
for
right
another
here,
couple
Joe?
years.
This is what you could have had last year.
Is that who you played a second for first place?
Yeah.
Y'all ready or what?
I thought he was going to beat me, too.
We're ready to go?
Yeah, let's do it.
Phone's turned off.
Nope.
Silent.
What's up, everybody? We are back with another hard-hitting episode of From the Left Hash. I'm your host, JJ Torres, and to my left over here in a fresh throwback, Drew Brees,
Switching teams.
What's up, JJ?
Austin, Texas.
What's up, everybody?
We've got
What's up,
Limpy.
guys?
Limpy.
And,
Oh,
And
no,
then
it ain't
we,
no Lippy.
and then over to
Second
my
string
right,
kicker for the San Diego Chargers.
oh Limpy.
Oh, Limpy.
And then to my right, I got the mouth for the South.
What up, what up?
Already starting it.
Yep.
Dude, that's what I do.
Settle down, D. And then right here, we got the old beer league championship trophy you get for winning my league. We're gonna.
Didn't we want to call it the Carino Bowl, but that was
Yeah.
next.
Yeah, it was next. Oscar didn't like that too
No,
much.
I don't think he did. What's up, Oscar? Whenever you listen to this.
Yeah,
Oh,
listening.
and then on the ones and twos over there, we got the producer Brandon.
Coming in hot.
Boom,
What's up?
right
Everybody
there.
wave to the
What's up,
camera
Brandon?
right here. Hey,
DJ Brandy B.
New
Brandy B? Is that what you
Brandy
said?
B.
Brandy B. I don't
It just
hate
sounds
it.
fucking
I don't
cool,
hate
man.
it. I don't hate it.
It sounds fucking.
He don't,
might-
hate,
it might
he
grow
don't
on
hate
me.
it. Just like MC Bob.
MC Bob was better. Today we're gonna be breaking down fantasy football all day until we leave. I'm just kidding. Then we'll have
For the
surprise
most part,
sometime. Since you came so prepared, you want to
I'll
start it
fucking-
off? You want to kick it off?
I fucking failed today, fellas. I completely forgot that y'all told me that this was fantasy, and yeah, I haven't put two fucking thoughts
A
in
lot of
fantasy football.
empty space right here, man.
Lots, dude. Yeah. So I'll be firing from the hip today.
Yeah, like always.
Okay, I got a question for you. Let's say they're both on their teams. Who do you take number one, Saquon Barkley or Zeke?
Like right now,
No. If
they're
season
both playing
started
for their
tomorrow,
teams.
they came back. Zeke got his
contract.
money and all that.
I'm taking Zeke.
Okay.
I think I would.
Now, current situation, he don't come back. Are you
I'm
where
probably
would
going with Saquon.
where would you take Zeke in the first round?
If he's not coming back, oh man,
Because that's going to be a lot of
That's probably
people's
one
questions.
of the be the biggest questions.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard.
Is it
Because
him and Melvin Gordon, because Melvin Gordon's right there too, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's probably going to be a first or second round pick too, easy, if he's there.
Yeah.
I don't think really nobody would let him go past the first round.
Zeke,
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody's gonna take a chance on him, but
this guy.
it's one of those.
If he's at 10, hell yeah, I'll take him.
It's one of those hard things that when he does come back, he is the prime player in that spot. You know what I mean? It's pretty much Zeke's team.
In an
Because-
offense that was built for him. Yes, it was built for Romo at the beginning to get him, but then when he went down, it became all about Zeke because he was, he did his
I
thing.
saw that they offered him, Dak, and Cooper all contracts that would make him in the top five in each
Yeah.
position. That's
And
crazy.
he's
dude.
turned it down, and we haven't.
All of,
Apparently,
apparently all of them have,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I think I read the same or an article that was similar because it said how the Cowboys front office they were a little disappointed,
Yeah,
and I can see why they would be. Zeke wants to break Todd Gurley's numbers, and the Cowboys are set on Le'Veon Bell reset the market, which brought the money down.
mm-hmm.
So that's where they're fighting over, probably a couple
Yeah.
$1 million.
But
Dak, if they're going to pay you an annual salary where you're in the top 5 quarterbacks,
That's crazy.
take it.
Dude.
You're not worth it, but take it. Cooper, same thing. I could think of 5 quarterbacks better than both of those.
Yep.
And if it's true and they made those offers, dude, come on. What are y'all waiting for?
Yeah.
I would almost pay Zeke before Dak. To be honest, because Zeke is the workhorse. Zeke gets big yardage behind that offensive line, and the games that Zeke hasn't played, the Cowboys have sucked. And when he's playing, the Cowboys are on top.
Yeah.
I mean, he is an irreplaceable force in that
Well,
team.
the 2 years he played the majority of the season, 14, 15, 16 games, whatever, he was a rushing leader.
Mm-hmm.
The 1 year where he was suspended. Oh, and Dallas made the playoffs both those years, won the division. The year he wasn't, missed 6 games. We saw how bad. Yeah, it hurt that Tyron Smith was hurt, but still, if we had Zeke, it would have made it a little easier, a little helpful. Dak not getting killed and sacked 27 times against the Falcons. But he is what makes it go.
I think so.
And you got to pay them both. If you're going to wait to pay somebody, wait on Cooper.
Yeah.
I think he seems more ready to sit the whole year, but I don't know.
But
I think we kind of talked about this before.
Cooper's there though, right?
for like one more year.
This year.
No, but Cooper's there at training camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they could franchise one of them next year, but I don't see them doing that with Dak if they like him. But again, maybe they'll just roll the dice. Maybe they'll spend the money on Zeke, roll the dice on the other two, see what kind of season they have. If they suck, like we talked about last week, if they suck, maybe the new coach doesn't want Cooper or Dak, and they let them go, and you got money for other pieces. You win, then you got to pay them more.
But
so that's where the catch-22 for them would be.
How do you find out Cooper's value? Because a great quarterback, like say Dak was a great quarterback, he could make any wide receiver great, right? I mean, technically.
Well, but they have a small sample size of when they got Cooper.
Yeah.
And he elevated that whole offense and made Dak a lot better.
Yeah, but that was
than
Cooper.
He was.
But that's Cooper doing
Yeah, I
that.
know what you said.
If
he wasn't there,
a great receiver is going to make the quarterback look good because
Okay.
he's going to get open. He's going to get separation. You know.
Yeah,
But
because that's
if
what
you-
he was
if you-
doing. That's what Dez couldn't do, get
Yeah.
separation.
So how do you know his value? Like, should you hold off on paying Coop and pay Dak, or is it vice versa? Because who makes who great?
I think it's more worrying about the salary cap when it comes to that, because I think they see that what you see. They know that's why they traded the first rounder to get Cooper. They see his value in getting Dak better.
Yeah. Exactly.
But worst case, you pay them to. You can't get to an agreement with Cooper. You don't have anybody else. You just franchise Cooper. Now you've got him for one more year. And
Big Joe said he's taking his boy TB12 in the first round.
thanks for opening up a spot for everybody else, Big Joe. Nothing against TB, but you can get him a lot later.
Yeah, you wanna talk?
At least second round.
Let's talk. Let's
go,
start off by doing draft strategy. Like, what's your draft strategy going into a draft? Like, what are you looking to get in the first 3 rounds?
Me personally, I usually try to go running back, but depends on like the talent out.
Mm-hmm.
I may look at it like best player available between running back and wide receiver.
If you have a lower pick, you're going best player
Yeah.
available. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of what he was saying, but it depends on draft strategy, or not draft strategy, draft position.
Yeah.
Like if it's a top 4 picks, I'm looking to get RB1, possibly an RB2, and a wide receiver 1. Maybe a borderline RB or receiver 1, receiver 2 in that second, third round.
Yeah, so
depending
you're
on
good.
where it
So
is.
if you've got like a top 4 pick, you're going 2 running backs and then a wide receiver.
Most likely.
Yeah. You?
No, I'm going more than likely. I'm going running back, wide receiver.
Running back, wide receiver,
Mhm.
and then what? Quarterback,
After that,
wide receiver.
I'll probably either go back, I'll
Running
either
back.
running back or wide receiver again. My whole thing is to try to
It
get
just depends really who's there.
try to get
Yeah.
yeah. If I can try to get 2 legit, at least in each side. Running back, a good legit running back, good wide receiver.
Yeah.
Didn't you take Gronk in the second round last year?
Well, yeah, because
No,
I think so.
Part of that
It's either
strategy
second
being
or third because I expect
he
him to
would
put
be
wide
that
receiver
number.
numbers.
Yeah, no, I know that's kind of
Yeah.
what I was thinking. That's where it depends
At
who's
tight end
there,
too, and
Yeah.
that's
who's
the
there
big
when you
thing.
pick.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you're into the second round. There's the fringe receiver 1 or Kelsey or Kittle
Yeah.
or Ertz. Do you take that chance and take one of them,
Yeah.
or because you're hoping to put up wide receiver 1 numbers?
I relied heavily on Gronk doing
Kelsey
what Gronk
probably
does,
will.
and he didn't put out what he
Kelsey
would usually
will, yeah.
does, but that's a risk you take.
Yeah.
But I expected him to get like the first 3 games, he was putting up like 20-something points a game, and I said,
Mhm.
okay, this is why I drafted him in that position. But then he fell off shortly after that, and it's like, well, shit. Now that chance, that risk ended up biting me.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what sucks, man. When they start getting hurt.
Yeah.
Your top picks start getting hurt. That's a killer,
Yeah, it
dude.
seems to happen to me every year. Every year.
But see, usually my strategy is to get like try to get as best player as I can in every position, because I know like my feelings throughout the waiver wire there'll always be somebody picking up that's going to be a wide receiver or a running back.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well,
Every year after week probably 1, but even 2 or 3, there's still that one running back, that receiver that you can pick up that maybe you won't start every week, but you'll start every other week or 2 weeks in a row, then off just because of the matchup. But he's a contributor.
Yeah, but then there's always that one where there's like a Peyton Hillis where you just pick him up and the fucking dude turns into the greatest running back ever for a season.
Yeah.
And I know I won 2 championships because of him. Coming out of nowhere.
Well,
And I
one
picked
year,
him up off the waiver wire.
for me, it was a tight end, Julius Thomas.
Yep.
Picked him up that year he went off. I heard a friend saying, "Oh yeah, Peyton Manning likes this tight end, blah blah blah." And we just had our draft, so when our teams got put in, I went and looked. I'm like, "Well, shit, it's just like his last pick. Let me pick him up just in case."
Yeah.
I didn't start him week 1. And that's when he went off on that Thursday night, like 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, of course I don't start him this week." But that was a good pickup that year.
Yeah.
Zeke
You ever have a pickup like that?
I was trying to
It
think.
just fucking shows
yeah.
out.
I don't think so, man.
Your waiver wire skills aren't that good.
Mm-mm. I mean, I ride the waiver wire pretty fucking hard, but I mean,
I do too.
The
Yeah.
waiver wave.
Yeah,
That's the key to a championship.
I ride it pretty hard, man, trying to pick up who I think would have some kind of value, whether it's for 1 week or 2 weeks,
Yeah.
or someone that I think that may be coming up really quick, became a quarterback's favorite all of a sudden. That's important.
Yep.
That's important.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've ever just picked someone up that just went off that was like not expecting it. So
Big Joe's strategy is similar. Running back, RB1, running back, and a
Wide
receiver,
receiver,
first
yeah.
3 rounds.
I think that's
the majority usually.
Yeah, especially in because like our league is PPR, and if you're not playing PPR, you shouldn't be playing.
Yeah, and
fucking
that's what all
fantasy
my
football
rankings are
anyways.
based on is PPR. Half point PPR.
Yeah, so yeah, running back, especially a running back that can catch the ball, man. Those are big time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You want to get into the? Let's get
Get
into
in some of the rankings.
Some shit, man.
quarterbacks, man. Quarterbacks. Who you got ranked number 1? Or who are your top 3?
Top three.
quarterbacks. We probably got the same ones.
Aaron
Maybe not.
Rodgers, number 3.
Okay.
And I kind of have a tie at 1 with these two guys because I think they're both going to be fantastic this year, and that's Pat Mahomes and Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everyone's going to have Mahomes 1, but I think Deshaun is just if he can stay healthy, and not necessarily have to run a lot, but just stay in that pocket,
Yeah.
that line, hold him up. He's got weapons. Fuller and QT or whatever, if
Yeah.
they stay healthy, I think he's got a chance to put up some pretty big numbers this year.
Yeah.
And be obviously the number 1 or 2 fantasy.
I was
quarterback this year.
looking at the quarterback rankings. I can't remember. I think it was ESPN. Dude, they had Tom Brady ranked like 20 something.
He's not ranked high in a lot of
Crazy.
magazines I've looked at,
I
or
don't
not
s-
magazines, but different people's rankings.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I was surprised by that, like how low he is. Him and Drew Brees. Drew Brees isn't. I mean, a lot of them had Baker Mayfield ahead of Drew Brees and Tom Brady. Like,
Okay.
what the
every
fuck?
every ranking you look in, Baker Mayfield's going to be top 5,
Yeah, how,
or
why?
top 10 for sure. Sports Illustrated
Yeah.
have him number 2,
Oh my God.
but you got to look at why.
Why?
OBJ, Landry,
I get it.
Njoku, the 2 running
But
backs.
still, dude.
And they said last year when he started like the last 6 games when that
They
Freddie
won.
Kitchens took over, not only did they win, but his numbers were like they
Yeah.
would have been
See,
top 3 or 4 quarterbacks.
I was looking into him. I was looking
maybe
into.
top
I was
5.
looking into those numbers, and the only good games he had were against the terrible Bengals, where he threw 7 touchdowns and no interceptions. That's what
Maybe
made his
that's
numbers
what.
look
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
Because the other games,
I'm not a fan. I don't think he's gonna have that great of a fantasy year. I think he's gonna kind of slump off.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's gonna take a little bit with that Browns team.
yeah. The other games that he had were against above 500 teams, and he didn't do that good against them.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling one of my buddies today was those 2 games against the Bengals are the ones that inflated his shit and made him look really good. Which, I mean, the Bengals are the Bengals, man. Anybody's gonna throw against them.
Yeah,
Dak will
it's-
look like a Hall of Famer against them.
Come on now. I gotta bring Dak into it.
But yeah, that just seemed crazy to me, man. I mean, I get all the offensive weapons that he has, but still, dude. I mean, you're talking about Tom Brady's been proven, fucking Drew Brees proven. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Father time catches up.
I don't know, dude. Drew Brees is a terrible call away from being in the Super Bowl.
Well, and a lucky ass play from maybe being in the Super Bowl. Remember the play Minnesota had?
Yeah.
New Orleans had the game wrapped up. I mean,
Yep.
I know they would have to play one more to get to the Super Bowl, but they beat them. They're on a roll.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And then Brady's coming off of the Super Bowl too, dude. They showed Brady's split seasons between Brady. I can't remember what years it was, but he's thrown more touchdowns and won more games in the later of his career than in the beginning, which is crazy.
That's kind of crazy.
Just more experience, man.
Yeah.
The guy's seen so many defensive packages.
But
he
you think
just knows.
he
Well, I
would have
think
thrown
the
more
reason-
because he had Randy Moss in them.
He's
But then
it was only 3 years.
Yeah,
and
but
really
then you
it was-
look, he's had a Gronk for a while too.
Yeah.
So
Well, they're probably looking at, I don't know why. Well, Breeze, he only's got 2 weapons. Well, 3, because I think Jerry Cook could be a fantasy sleeper
yeah,
in that offense. But losing Gronk, you have Edelman, but he's older. You lost Hogan.
yeah,
Dorsett, you don't really know what he is as a receiver. They may get Josh Gordon back.
maybe.
I think you just look at his receivers. Yeah, they drafted a guy, but who knows? Because we don't know with rookie receivers how well they're gonna be unless your name's Randy Moss.
Especially in that offense.
Yeah. So they got Michael, they got Damian Harris, they drafted, and I think a couple other running backs that James White. Those guys might be more fantasy relevant than Brady because they'll be more milking the clock. Not milking the clock, but just that ball control and then get down the red zone and
Yeah.
run it in. So he won't have those gigantic fantasy numbers. Maybe that's why he's down so low.
Yeah, but
I found it kind of weird.
I think the one thing they have that they may not have had, and I could be wrong on this for a while, decent, is a running game now.
Yeah,
With
with
Sony
Sony
Michel.
Michel.
Mhm.
So that's going to open up his passing game, and it's going to help him, which he doesn't need help. But they're at least going to have that now that they're missing some of their bigger wide receivers. But now they have this other part of the game that they really haven't really had.
Well, but that's why I think it's going to hurt his fantasy numbers because the touchdown passes
Are going to drop.
And I'm not going to say like they're going to drop drastically, but they're going to drop just because when they get closer, because of this run game, they know, the key for them is getting the playoffs healthy. So they don't care if Tom Brady, he'll have games where they'll get
Go
down there and
off,
he'll
but
be the one throwing touchdown passes. But I think it's going to be
I
more.
don't know, man. I can see this dude throwing more little passes to James White and Sony Michel, getting them more involved instead of just trying to go long and crossing routes and shit like that. Just still getting his yardage though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just utilizing the running game that they never had. So he's like, well, we have this now, so let's. I mean, because James White, he was somebody I picked up last year, and he went off a few games. Like he went off
because he seemed to always get like 6 or 7 catches a week. It seemed like.
Yeah.
Plus, when he started actually getting some carries, he was making some damage.
Yeah, he was doing really well, and it's like they all of a sudden they had this aspect of the game, and they started using it. So.
Yeah, it just seemed weird to me, man. But my top 3, I've got Andrew Luck at 3. I think that dude's gonna have a big season.
I had him at 4, but he could go interchangeable with Rodgers.
Yeah.
I just heard he hadn't practiced since he hurt his calf that he hurt 4 months ago.
Yeah, I think they're just being careful with him.
Oh, they probably are.
Yeah,
especially with the KD calf.
Mm-hmm. Well, not just that. I mean, just with him,
I know, but that situation,
everything that dude's been through.
But yeah, you're not going to rush him.
Dude.
Plus, he knows the offense.
Yeah,
he already set out a year learning an offense.
Yeah, and then I'm like you, man. I got 2 Watson and 1 Mahomes, which I mean, those 2 guys are going to be studs, man. Mahomes is. I mean, we're gonna have to see if he could do it again.
His numbers are going to come down only because historically they say they have. I think no one's passed for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns in back-to-back seasons.
Yeah.
I think Breeze was the only one that went 5,000 both years. So those numbers are going to come down, but you never know.
Yeah.
I mean, especially with Hill not getting suspended.
Well,
they've got Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Kelsey.
The offense looked a little different too without Kareem Hunt.
It did.
So that might play a factor in there too. But I still see that guy having a good year.
I do too. Yep, I do too.
Easily.
One aspect, man, that they didn't take into account with Mahomes, the Madden curse.
Is he on the Madden cover?
Yeah, he's on the Madden.
I was
get him. Good point.
It's gonna get him.
I was thinking about that.
It's gonna get him.
Oh,
dude,
shit.
who has it missed?
So
it's gotten somebody somehow, and not necessarily by injury, because last year it was AB. So AB had a decent year, but there was a lot of drama.
Yeah.
So there's still a Madden curse.
Mm-hmm. Nobody escapes.
It's somebody. It's somehow.
I think the year Brady was on it is when he hurt his ankle.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anybody that it hasn't affected.
There's been 1 or 2, but for the most part,
it's got a pretty good undefeated record.
It's an 85-90% kill rate.
Yeah,
it's just
right?
going down.
Damn. All right, man. Wide receivers.
Hey, hold on.
What?
Can I shoot from the hip?
You ain't got nobody.
I do.
Oh, okay.
They're up
you
here.
You gonna go straight off the head? Straight off the dome? Top 3?
Yeah, my top 3.
Quarterbacks.
3.
Quarterbacks.
Drew Brees.
Okay. Number 1 or 3?
3.
3? All right.
I got him at 3.
Okay.
Right?
Drew Brees is good, yeah.
Number 2, I got Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Yeah, Mahomes.
You better not say Garoppolo number 1. I'll fucking kick you in the dick.
No. Number 1?
He know he was thinking about doing that
would have
shit
been good
too,
though. No, my number 1 is gonna be Mayfield.
Oh my god,
he's my quarterback.
Suck a dick.
I think so. I think look. I think that whole team has a new coach. They have a rejuvenated spirit that they haven't had there before.
Mm-hmm.
Baker goes out there and he plays. I don't know if it's with a grudge, but it's almost like Mahomes. He doesn't have fear. So he's gonna make throws. He's gonna run. He's gonna put himself out there because he wants to win.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna feed off of that, and they're gonna play like they haven't played before. And then they have OBJ, and OBJ's gonna go in there hungry as fuck to show the world, you know what? Fuck the Giants. Fuck all y'all who doubted me. I'm still the best receiver there is. And I think they can put up some legit numbers. As a matter of fact, I think he will.
Okay.
I think he will.
Yeah.
They don't have a whole lot of film on this guy. I think he's gonna
I'm
come
with you,
in
Eric.
and wreck shit.
Eric Trevino says he's got Mahomes number 1, Watson number 2, and Breeze number 3. And then he says screw Baker Mayfield.
Because you're my brother-in-law, I'm gonna let that slide.
I actually need to have Breeze up higher on my list.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I mean, yeah, that's just how I feel. That's what I feel.
Yeah, but I mean, you think he's gonna be the number 1 overall?
That's what he
fantasy
feels
quarterback?
at this moment right
Okay.
now because he
Yeah.
just came up with it. Let's just
Right.
make sure that that's
Firing
clear.
from the hip. Yeah.
Let's not forget he's firing off the hip.
Okay, Mahomes may have had the better shot,
It'll
but is he
change
going to
draft
come
night.
out and have the same year that he had last year? I don't think so.
And he's
think-
got the Madden curse.
I think the defenses will adjust to him. They're going to learn how to put pressure on him. He's not going to be able to make these ridiculous sidearm throws that he continues to make. It's going to end somewhere.
You don't think that Mayfield's gonna be the same way?
I think Mayfield may come out like Mahomes did, where they just don't have enough on him to see his tendencies and his bad habits, and he's going to get away with a little bit more because of that.
I don't know. They had a lot more game film on Mayfield than they did Mahomes.
Yeah, coming into the season.
And the Browns got to have a weaker schedule than the Kansas City Chiefs.
What do you mean they have to?
They have to. Their position they finished. I'm sure they're.
The schedule doesn't matter on how you
Look
finish.
at their
For two
schedule.
games. For 2 games, that's all that matters.
Oh,
Look at their schedule. Who has the hardest schedule
I
between
don't
the
know.
two teams?
I haven't looked at them. It should have a schedule ranking in there, doesn't it? Or no?
I'm saying Mayfield has the.
No, but it
easier
has a schedule.
All right, man.
This
That's a
is-
bold call. I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
I like it.
So what teams were we talking about?
Kansas
Browns.
City Chiefs and the Browns.
Yeah.
Okay, Kansas City. We got at Jacksonville, at Oakland, Baltimore, at Detroit, Indianapolis, Houston, at Denver, Green Bay, Minnesota, at Tennessee, at the Chargers, Oakland, at New England, Denver, at Chicago, and the Chargers. Cleveland, where's your sorry?
That's pretty tough, man.
I'm not gonna
Cleveland's
remember
got
all
the
of them.
Cleveland's got the easiest. Tennessee at the Jets, the Rams at Baltimore.
Tennessee ain't no joke though, man.
Yeah, but this one right here is why they have the easiest. They're at San Francisco,
Oh, I thought you were gonna
Oh.
say at the
then
at Dallas.
Seattle, at New England, at Denver, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Miami, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Arizona, Baltimore, Cincinnati.
Yep, easier schedule.
Uh,
And
Not
matter
by
of fact,
much. They gotta
do
play
have
the
an easier
Bengals,
schedule.
I'm
yeah.
gonna be picking up that San Francisco defense for that day they play the Browns. I'm saying,
Why?
I'm
If you got
calling it
Baker
right now.
Mayfield?
No, I didn't say I'm drafting Baker Mayfield. I just said he's gonna have a
yeah,
better
but
year.
why would you pick the defense if you think he's gonna have a great
Because
year?
he just said that they were going to have an easy schedule because right here,
Oh.
they play the 49ers. So I said, I'll pick up the 49ers defense and play them.
All right, we're gonna hold you to that.
Boom.
Yeah, we'll
just
see.
got
We'll see
bombshell.
week 4 if he's got San Francisco's defense.
All right, wide receivers. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Alternate.
Yeah, we'll alternate. And let
All
Ernest
right,
go
you
second.
go first. Fire off the hit.
What?
Boom.
Oh, what?
Wide receivers.
Top
Wide
3
Top
receivers?
three.
Top 3 this year? Damn. Um,
I actually got 4 because my number 3 is tied. But go ahead.
yeah, I don't know. Nobody's coming to my head right now.
Eric Trevino says, no matter the hype, we are talking about the Browns. They may win more this year, but still not make the playoffs. But hey, we all need to have that off the wall prediction. Did you see that idiot fucking chug a beer at the Indians game?
I heard about it, but no.
Fucking dumbass. That dude's an idiot, man.
Why?
Cause you don't ever see no championship quarterback chugging a beer, bro.
Does he wear his hat backwards?
He doesn't have a hat on.
I know,
Well,
but
I
does
don't
he
know if
ever wear?
He does wear his hat backwards though.
Not a championship quarterback.
That's what I'm
remember?
saying. Plus, dude, he bit the beer can.
But he could be a
Right?
fantasy football championship
He
quarterback.
bit the beer can at the bottom and then shotgunned it. And I'm like, come on, man. You
I wonder
see
if he
Aaron
did.
Rodgers or Peyton Manning or Tom Brady doing that shit.
Well, not like that, but you do see Aaron Rodgers chug a beer.
He didn't chug it though.
I know.
He
I'm
tried.
just-
He tried a little
Do you-
bit,
I loved
but
it.
he couldn't because
Did
he's
you
a
hear his-
championship quarterback.
Did you hear his comment to everybody?
No.
Like when they asked, because all these other quarterbacks started doing it, Josh Allen and a couple, like actually a lot of them, and they asked him about it, and he said something like, "Well, it's glad to see some of these quarterbacks are finally better than me at something."
Stupid. You got it yet, or you just?
No, I'm
You
trying to
still
think,
looking up
man.
on your phone?
Yeah, I'm trying to think because I didn't do any research, but I think
Should we start it off first and let you think?
no, I think my dude Juju's gonna have a good year,
Number
and I
three?
say my dude because
He almost.
he
yeah.
I had him last year on my, but I think with AB gone, that's his team, so he's gonna. I think he'll have a good game.
Talk about the Yankees
Hey,
sweeping
man.
the Red Sox.
Oh,
we're
we
not
will.
talking
Don't worry about that. We will. Don't
so,
worry.
So Juju.
Go Cowboys. Juan.
And then I want to put Tariq Hill in there because I think Mahomes is going to give him the ball, but we don't know if he's going to play or not, right?
No, he's going to play. He's not going to be suspended.
Yeah, they already said he's not being.
So Hill will be in there. My last one, man.
number 1. I'm surprised you don't pair him with
That's
with
what I
your
was
boy
just
Baker
thinking, man.
Mayfield.
But I
OBJ?
don't know. Yeah, I know. His name was in there, man. I'll say OBJ. Fuck it.
Yeah. All right. That's not bad.
I don't see
No, it
why.
really ain't
I don't
bad.
see why his production would stop going from Eli to Baker, who. To me, it would seem like Baker's going to take the chances that Eli would.
But that's the thing, though, is he didn't produce in New York for the past 2 years.
Yeah, well, maybe that
He's
was
been hurt a
a
lot,
chemistry thing between him and Eli.
He's been hurt a lot too.
Who? OBJ?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He'll be fine.
Maybe. I've got Michael Thomas, freshly paid Michael Thomas. You know he's gonna have some brand new cleats all year.
And gloves. Don't
Yeah.
forget the new gloves.
So I think he's gonna have a big year. Julio Jones, number 2. And then I got a guy who didn't not drop a pass last year at all.
I didn't play.
DeAndre Hopkins, the
Dude,
best wide receiver.
are
in
you
the
going
NFL.
to tell me this? Are you going to have a Texan in every one of your picks? Look at your shit.
No.
You
I
have a
guarantee you
Texan in
running
every
back
pick.
or
No,
tight end will
yeah,
not be in
running back. I
there.
know. But yeah, DeAndre Hopkins, dude, best wide receiver in the NFL, hands down, easy. That dude's crazy, man. Crazy.
Well, I got tied for third. Michael Thomas, same reason. He's a guy in New Orleans. They paid him. He's going to show out.
Yeah.
I got AB.
Okay.
I think he's going to
Tied for third?
So dude, I was thinking about
in
putting
a PPR league. I think he's got a lot to prove, and I don't think he's lost anything. There was just an attitude that him and the Steelers didn't vibe well with.
I didn't think so either, but dude, I mean,
And the last
I don't
time
know
Carr
about
had
Derek Carr, man.
the last
Yeah.
time he had 2 really good receivers,
They
they were going to play the Houston Texans in the playoffs, and they did, but he
Yeah.
broke his ankle 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's got that ability.
Yeah.
You know, and it wasn't really till after coming back from
He got
injury
hurt,
and
yeah.
then Cooper having the case of the drops, Oakland went downhill. And Gruden loves AB, compares him to Jerry Rice. I just see them making a point to where he's going to get a lot of targets.
Yeah. I
To
can
where
see
he's
it
going to put
too.
up numbers.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's why I have him tied with Thomas. My number 2, I can't go away from Devontae Adams. All he does with Rodgers is catch touchdown
Yep.
passes. It's going to be interesting. There's nobody as a 2 or a 3 or really even, I mean, they got Jimmy Graham, but who's the number 2, number 3 receiver
Yeah.
to take pressure off Adams?
Yeah.
And then I'm with you. Number 1, DeAndre Hopkins. Best receiver in football.
Yeah.
He's put up numbers with people who aren't quarterbacks, and now he's finally got a really good quarterback
Yeah, how
with some
crazy
other
was
receivers
that,
that can
dude?
take pressure off of him.
Now that y'all are done sucking each other's dicks, can we get back to sports radio, please?
What are
We're
you talking about,
sports
man?
radio.
Fucking Hopkins.
Who is? Well, you
Who's
already-
better than Hopkins?
OBJ.
You couldn't even
OBJ?
think of somebody. OBJ's not better.
You know,
than
I
Hopkins,
think
dude.
he's secretly
plus-
his AFC team is the Cleveland Browns. He ain't no 49er fan.
Plus, Hopkins' catch, nut catch was way better. His fucking tank catch was way better than OBJ's.
Because Hopkins has a big fucking vacuum vagina between his
tank,
legs.
his tank catch.
Whatever.
He put his nut sack on top of
it
it.
wasn't a nutsack. It was
And
a
yes,
fucking,
Eli needs to
That's
retire.
it
Agree
was
with
the
that.
vortex of his vagina opening
Yeah.
up, and it just goes.
No. All right. Running backs.
Here's another bold prediction: the Giants will have a better record than Cleveland this year. How
What?
awesome would that be?
That would be good.
That'd be
What?
hilarious.
That'd
It's a
be
bold
good.
prediction.
That's crazy.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but that's what I want to see happen.
Eric Trevino, Adam Thielen, number 1. Dang. That's white. That's racist. White supremacy. Relax, dude.
Hold on, I'm gonna have to.
Marquise Goodwin. Whoa.
Yeah, because he
Amari
actually.
Cooper, maybe.
There's a chance Goodwin might not even make the roster.
That's
he might
crazy,
get cut.
dude.
Saw that headline today.
Amari Cooper, number 3.
I like Thielen though. Thielen had a
Yeah,
big year last year.
yeah, but I don't think. I mean, yeah, but I don't know about number 1.
You don't think it's going up?
I got him top 10. Adam
I
Thielen.
think
Yeah,
it's
I'd have him
potential.
top 10.
Yeah.
Easy.
I just think they drafted another tight end. They got Cook back, and when they got Dalvin Cook back, the last 3 games with their new coordinator that's there this year, it was more run-oriented, play action,
And
all
Diggs.
that. And I think some of Thielen's numbers he did last year, I think he's still going to be good, but I think they're going to come down a little bit.
He said, "Are you kidding me on Goodwin?" I didn't hear that.
I just saw it today, the headline which I was surprised too because I think he would be really good with Garoppolo, with him and Pettis and Kittle. He makes pretty good receiving
He
weapons.
ain't going nowhere, man.
Hope not. Well, if he does, he can go to the Cowboys. Well, he won't go to the Cowboys.
Running backs. I've got I'll start it off. I got Alvin Kamara, number 3. Todd Gurley, number 2, and Barkley, number 1.
Todd Gurley.
You trust Gurley at 2?
Yeah. What the fuck?
He's had a nagging knee injury all last year. It hurt him, dude.
He's
I had
2.
him.
I got him 6 now that I think about it, but
Gurley?
yeah.
Okay.
I had him. I drafted him.
I don't trust
I
him.
know you did, but
And towards the end, dude, he wasn't like the last 4 or 5 games. He
I'm
just
just saying,
wasn't doing
man.
nothing.
I'm just saying.
I traded a first round for him, got kicked out of my league for him, and then he got hurt and didn't do shit. So
Let's not bring.
But
I'm just
He's
saying.
for something.
I'm just saying.
The bad
Just
thing
saying.
with that is he's one of those players that you can't sit. So you're like,
how are
dude,
you gonna complain about Todd Gurley's knee and you just put OBJ number 1? He's been hurt the past 2 years.
I think he plays hurt.
Who?
I know he
It's
fakes.
better than sitting out.
He fakes injury because he don't want to be on the
Who
field with.
fakes-
Well, I think
Eli
it's a
Manning,
difference
OBJ.
because
You're
Gurley's
crazy.
got he has that tendonitis in the knee, to where it's always going to be a problem.
OBJ ain't fucking around, dude. He done cut his dreads, his blonde hair. He's all business. He's not gonna fake injury this year.
Maybe he lost his magic.
We'll see. I don't know.
And then who you got? Did you
I
already
got-
say?
I got McCaffrey number 3.
Okay. What is
Zeke
he?
and
He's
Barkley,
coming off
1 or
of a
2.
knee or what?
Who?
McCaffrey.
I don't think he's coming off anything.
He got hurt last year, didn't he?
I don't think so.
I
Because
thought he
one
missed
of
some
the
games.
he was one of the top backs last year,
Oh.
fantasy wise. I mean, I got him and Kamara. Top 4 backs are going to be the same pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, except for you because you have Gurley too. But it's usually going to be Zeke, Barkley, McCaffrey, and Kamara.
Man.
You know,
Yeah.
Damn.
and with Cam coming off shoulder surgery, they're going to use McCaffrey the same way in the passing game. Now, will he be as successful running it? Because it's another year pounding on that small body.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see. And if defense has kind of caught up to him. But those are my top 4. Like I
Who
said,
you
I
got?
got Gurley 6. I got Bell 5. I think he's going to have a good year with the Jets.
Yeah. I think they're
Um,
putting something together over there, man.
I
They got a chance of being
kind of
pretty
agree.
good. What do you got?
I think Zeke will be number 1. I think if he plays, and especially if he gets paid, he's gonna have a strong year. Number 2, I'll put Kamara in there because Kamara's just fucking good running back. I mean, I don't think anything's gonna change from what he did last year.
Uh-huh.
Even though they were splitting, carries, him and
Ingram.
Ingram. Can never think of that dude. I always want to say Reggie Bush. I don't know why.
Because Reggie Bush used to be there.
Because he used to split carries.
But I,
with-
Yeah.
but I can never get through that dude's name.
Well,
I always wanna
Ingram
call him-
used to split carries with Bush, right?
Is that
not
who it
Kamara,
was?
yeah.
Well, no, but I just knew. I couldn't remember who Bush shared him with.
Yeah. I think it was Ingram.
But even though they split carries, he still had a big year. He still had a good year.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, my third. I want to take a chance on Bell. I know he's going to the Jets, and the Jets hardly got anything, but I think that's more of the reason for him to show out.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is the Jets, they don't have great players, but they got pretty decent
Yeah.
stuff on offense.
And I think if you feed that guy, I mean, I don't think his success with Pittsburgh wasn't the line or the situation.
It was. Their line was really good.
the line helped, but it was Big Ben and AB.
Yeah.
That helped more than the line. But
I think
the
he
line
has
obviously
talent.
helped.
But the thing on him too is what's really great about him is he catches the ball really good too. So I mean he's gonna get you both, catch points whether it's a full or a half point, receiving yards and rushing yards.
If Adam Gase, the coach, is smart,
Yeah.
because they've said when he's been the head coach of other places, that hasn't been part of his offense. Throwing to the running
Thrown
backs.
to the running back.
Yeah,
But
that,
you got somebody like this, you better put that into
that
your
has to
offense.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It has to.
If you're spending the money to get this dude, that has to change.
Mm-hmm. And with the Jets, last few games, Robbie Anderson and the quarterback, Darnold, kind of started getting a connection.
Mm-hmm.
They signed Jamison Crowder, and they got a pretty decent tight end, although he's suspended for 4 games. It's a decent 3 guys to throw to, not accounting for Bell, the back boy. So that
Yeah.
should open up throwing to Bell if they can kind of regain that form they had.
Yeah. And then tight ends, man.
Tight ends,
Yeah.
to me, they're easy.
Yeah.
The same 3, except I'm gonna
I think we're all the same 3.
I'm gonna knock out Ertz as number 3. I think he's gonna come in at 4. I like Evan Ingram this year with the Giants.
Okay.
George Kittle and then Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I've got number 3. I've got Kittle, Ertz, and Kelsey. I put Kittle number. I mean, you could interchange those two. I just put Kittle down there just because second year, see if he could do it again.
Yeah, and with Garoppolo.
Yeah.
Because last year
With Garoppolo, he
wasn't
didn't
with
do
him.
much.
With small game and a half.
Yeah.
Softy over there got
but
a
yeah,
good game too.
Yeah, Kelsey should be number 1 easy for everybody.
Yeah. Reason why I had Ertz a little lower and Ingram higher is kind of the same situation. There are more weapons in Philly. They like that second tight end. They just brought in Deshaun Jackson. Wentz is coming back, and he's never really he didn't really focus on throwing to Ertz. He liked to throw it to everybody, whereas when Foles was in there, it was more Ertz, than everybody else. So I think some of his targets and his touches are going to come down a little bit and go to everybody else. And Ingram, you got Barkley and Ingram, at least for the first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Because Tate's going to be out suspended. Shepard's coming back from a broken wrist, so he's not going to have.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't see the receivers doing a whole lot early.
And OBJ's gone, so you're losing
100 plus targets.
Yeah, 100 plus targets easy. So they got to
And
throw the ball to somebody.
Ingram can play the slot receiver, so he can make up matchups.
The only thing that scares me about that dude is he gets hurt a lot too.
True.
So
he has been injury prone.
Yeah. But yeah, that wraps up the.
Hey,
top
motherfucker, can I get my 3?
Oh, you're
I
here?
forgot you were
Sorry,
over
man.
there,
My
my
bad.
Motherfucker.
Go ahead. What you got? Tight ends. You got 3 different ones.
I got the same. No, I mean, I think Kelsey and Kittle are 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But I'm going to throw Njoku as my number
Njoku?
3.
I told you he's a secret
Going
Cleveland Browns
straight-
fan.
Dude,
straight
I think
Browns?
they're gonna. I think they're
that's
gonna
his
have I
AFC
don't-
team.
Dude, I don't know why, but I think they're gonna have a great year.
You're gonna try anal tonight, right?
Mayfield and Njoku.
Get you some brown.
They had
some brown love.
They had an okay chemistry last year for the games that Mayfield was.
Spit it out. Spit it out. Spit it out.
The games Baker started right when he came in.
Yeah.
They got a little chemistry going.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to work on that. And I think the addition of OBJ and they have Landry and who they got running back is Chubb back there.
Yeah, Chubb.
And then after week 8, it'll be.
They're going to have
Hunt.
all these weapons, right? But I don't think you can force feed OBJ and Landry the ball. They're going to get double teamed. They're going to try to lock those guys up. So I see a short game there
And Jaku.
where Njoku can be in the mix big time with some short dump passes,
Yeah, the Browns love to dump.
Well,
bet they do.
And he'd also be a good red zone target because
Yeah.
he's bigger than the other 2
I see
small
it.
receivers they have over there. So that he could,
Thank you for
see-
adding that.
Yeah.
I think he could be top 5 if Baker lives up to the hype that everyone has him
Yeah.
at.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sleepers? You got any sleepers?
Yeah, I got a couple. Not too many.
I'll start off. I got Geronimo Allison as one of them. Fucking Rodgers loves the slot wide receiver, and from what I'm seeing, he's gonna be the slot, and MVS is gonna be the
Scandrick Valdez or whatever.
Yeah,
out there at
Sterling.
the other,
or whatever. It's like
something like that.
yeah. Yeah, he's gonna be the 2, and Devontae obviously is gonna be the 1. But I mean,
He's gonna play the Randall Cobb position.
Aaron Rodgers loves that slot receiver, dude. So I think that guy could have a really good year. I mean, I'm not saying he's gonna be your wide receiver 1 or number 2, but
He's somebody on a bye week. You might put him in to fill in and hope he,
or play matchups against him, man.
Yeah. Because I could see him getting about 4 or 5 catches a week.
Yeah.
The way Rodgers likes to spread it around.
He has a fantastic first name.
Geronimo. You like that shit?
That's badass.
Should have named one of your sons that.
Geronimo. I might change one of their names. They might not.
They're
might
too
not have a
old
choice.
now. It's too late.
Yeah, you probably. Yeah.
You
you're
can change
right.
your daughter's name.
Geronimo. Guess what, honey? Your new
Your
name's
new name's
Geronimo.
Geronimo.
You're welcome.
You got any sleepers?
Jason Witten.
No, I'm not talking about the old guys that have to take a nap at
That
halftime.
need to go to sleep.
just said
I'm not talking
sleepers,
about
man.
old guys that have to take a nap at halftime.
You said
so they
sleepers.
can-
That dude's gonna catch a bunch of passes and fall forward for about another 5 feet. It'll be great. You watch.
Yeah. Who you got?
It ain't Jason Witten, that's for sure.
No.
I just had him. The guy that's going late is Fitzgerald, Larry Fitzgerald. I think he's a sleeper. Last year he had a horrible, by his standards, year with that horrible offense, but he still caught like 69 balls, 600 and something yards, and 6 TDs. The offense should be better than last year. I'm not gonna say they're gonna be good.
Is Murray starting?
Yeah.
Have they said?
Yeah, because their backup is a second-year guy.
Who is
or
it?
a third-year guy.
What's
It might be
that guy's
Hundley.
name?
Is it Brett Hundley? They used to be at Green Bay.
Yeah, I think it might be. I don't know.
It's not a guy that's really going to challenge the first overall pick.
They're saying that kid's been throwing a bunch of picks at practice. Murray.
I don't doubt it. But I think he could be a sleeper because of how far, 10th round, you don't expect to see Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
If you pick him up, as a possible third receiver or just somebody you put in, it's not a bad guy to have, and I think he could have a pretty good year.
Yeah. And then I've also got Sterling Shepard.
Yeah,
just
that.
because he's OBJ's missing, like we said, 120 something targets is going to be open. So,
and he's always played well.
Yeah.
With Eli.
Yeah. You got another one?
Chris Godwin, Tampa Bay. I like a lot of Tampa Bay's offense with Bruce Arians getting there, and I include Jameis as a sleeper because he's somebody that this is his year.
Yeah.
And when I say his year, his prove it year. This is the last year where if he doesn't show anything, Tampa Bay's not going to keep him.
Yeah.
And then obviously somebody may pick him up because everyone's like, oh, I can make that guy my quarterback.
Yeah.
But Arians, everywhere he's gone, he's produced pretty good fantasy quarterbacks. And with Mike Evans, you got a pretty good tight end, so running backs. But Chris Godwin he's kind of improved himself, and I think he's a guy that could put up pretty good numbers.
Yeah, I got 2 more running backs. I've got Matt Breida and Chris Carson. Which Chris Carson, if he gets the number 1, nod, that dude's gonna have a huge year. I mean, he rushed for 1,100 yards last year and missed like 3 games.
Missed a few games and was still splitting carries.
Yeah. So I mean, if they give that dude the reins, he could have a really big year. And the Seahawks are one of those teams that run the ball a lot.
Yeah, they got him and Rashad Penny. If you picked up Carson, it'd be smart to pick that other guy up too.
Yeah, in case.
Yeah, I think Carson is a pretty good sleeper.
And then
Breida, that's an interesting pick because they got a lot of running backs there.
Yeah, but I just like the way that dude played last year, man. If he gets another shot, I don't think I think he could have a really good year.
I think Tevin Coleman is a sleeper. Same team.
Yeah.
Because he knows that offense. They paid him money. I think they're going to kind of expect him to be the number 1 guy. And I think where he's being drafted, that could be your second running back, starting each week.
Yeah.
And you could get him in 5th, 6th, 7th round.
I like Breida. I think he's gonna do good. I mean, the was it last year when he got hurt? He went out, right?
Yeah.
He was doing good before then.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we do need an established running game. And if you go by what you were seeing him accomplish last year, barring injury, I would think he'd just keep putting up those numbers.
Yeah.
Could put up those numbers.
Yeah, the only thing that's going to hurt him is touches, which is a good thing for San Francisco, but not for fantasy. Because they could almost become the New England, even as I say, Coleman's one of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you paid Coleman, you paid McKinnon. I don't think they're going anywhere this year. You got Matt Breida. That's 3 pretty good running backs that at any point in the game are going to have fresh legs.
Yeah.
So that's where it's going to be you riding the hot
hand.
Yeah, especially for Breida, you're coming off injury, they're not going to just put him out there.
Yeah.
Now when you have McKinnon and the other dude.
And I think McKinnon just got off the PUP list.
Yep.
And
so they just activated him today.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you're in fantasy football, other than Kittle, who are you taking from 49ers?
Coleman or Garoppolo?
Yeah, I've heard Pettis is a legit.
Pettis was going to be a
man.
sleeper. I was going to say.
Yeah.
That would have been.
They're saying he could put up some
big
big
numbers. It could be the reason why. It could be one of the reasons why Godwin might be on his way out.
Well, and maybe it was just one of those stupid
Goodwin.
Lying Facebook posts that I saw because I just typed in Marquise Goodwin release and saw nothing about it. Nothing saying he could be released. Yeah. So I apologize, Eric. He might not be released.
Fake news.
But that's something to look at if he is.
Because
I think he could be a good pick
behind
too.
Nick Mullins. He did good. I think he played 4 games or 4 games and had like 3 touchdowns, something like that.
And he was a rookie last year, so he's learning the ropes.
So he's still learning, and then hopefully you get a Garoppolo in there, has a little bit stronger arm, a little bit more accuracy, and they put this guy full stage front, you know what I mean, front and center, and like, all right, we're gonna feed you the ball and see what you got.
Yeah,
I think he has big upside.
The last one I got is and this is only if he stays healthy, man, is Will Fuller. If that dude can stay healthy, he's gonna have a huge season playing next to DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, because every year he started to have a huge season and then got hurt.
Yeah.
Because I had him not last year, but the year before. Dude, he was my perfect flex receiver that could be receiver or tight end in Riley's league. It's like, dude, I'm gonna win now. Yeah. And he gets freaking hurt.
Yeah, man.
Like, you sucker.
Yeah, he's been a killer, dude.
My other one is Mike Williams.
Thanks for clarifying.
You're welcome. Mike Williams.
Clarify that fake news over here.
The former San Diego Chargers.
Mike Williams? Yeah, man.
He scored a lot of touchdowns, so I don't see him scoring that many, but with Hunter Henry coming back. But Keenan Allen, he gets hurt every year.
Yeah, what's his name? Left.
Tyrell Williams.
Tyrell
he
Williams
went to Oakland.
left, yeah.
Which I think will help. That's why AB's up, because I think Williams being over there helps that. But I think Mike Williams could have a pretty big year.
Yeah. I know he went off for me last year a couple games, man. He was pretty good.
Could almost be like a Kenny Galladay.
Yeah.
I don't got nobody else.
Nobody. That's it?
That's it.
All right, man.
That's our fantasy
football segment. If y'all got anything else to ask us, you can go on our Facebook page and leave us a comment there. We'll make sure to answer it. Right?
Yeah, we'll answer it. E won't answer it. Look at what's in front of him. You think he's gonna answer it?
I may answer it. It might not be the right answer, but
you
I'll
just
throw
answer
something down.
Just answer it, because he'll know just not to answer E when it doesn't work.
All right, man.
Yeah. So what do we got, man?
I don't know, man. First off, I probably should have done this at the beginning of the show, but I'm pretty sure we all want to send our thoughts and prayers out to everybody who was affected by the mass shootings this past weekend. It was fucking terrible shit, dude. Anytime that happens, especially when it hits here close to home, I mean, they're not really close because Texas is fucking
Texas
huge.
so freaking big, but same
but
same
still,
state.
It hits our state. That shit hurts.
See, I think they're even in a different time zone.
Are they?
I think so. I'm pretty sure they are.
Are they, Brandon? You know that, right? But yeah, so thoughts and prayers out to everybody out there. I've got I know my buddy Lee's got some family out there, so I'm glad everybody's safe. Yeah, who wants to start off? What do y'all want to start off about talking? I know you wanted to talk about something, right?
Yeah, they're a different time zone.
Yeah, man.
Another reason why Texas is the best state in the union. We got 2 time zones.
All right.
With these talking on the matter of these mass shootings.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the question, but it's been brought up by politicians. I think even the president backed it up. Kind of like video games. These damn gruesome, violent first shooter video games is what's causing, maybe not causing, but desensitizing some of these kids and with the violence, and shit like this starts to happen.
Do we really think video games are the reason for every single mass shooting that's happened in the last 10 years?
But that's with everything. I mean, we're getting desensitized with everything. I mean, every time you go on TV, you're seeing somebody get shot, somebody get killed. You're seeing fucking people kissing all the time. Cartoons, the fucking cartoons, everybody's kissing in the fucking cartoons and shit now. We're already desensitizing our kids to everything. So and everything they do, whether it's watch TV or play video games, they're already getting desensitized in some sort of way.
Yeah. So
what the fuck does it matter if it even has a tiny, 1% effect on them? What do you do? So what? There are tons and tons and tons of people that play video games all day, every day, and they're not going around killing everybody.
And they don't want to go around killing people. Because that's the one people that say that gives you the desire to want to do that to other humans.
Yeah.
But there's, like you said, millions or 100,000, however many that do that and don't want to go do those things.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they just want to go to sleep because it's freaking 3 a.m. and stayed up too late.
But what do you feel about them blaming video games instead
I
of.
f- the-
But
the-
because
to-
they
to
don't
me-
blame the movies. They don't blame
Well,
the violent movies
yeah,
that are out.
I get that, but to me, it's the same. It's the same. To me, it's the same as blaming the president for this shooting. It's the same exact thing. You're gonna sit there and blame Donald Trump for shit that he says for causing this shooting, but you know you're gonna blame the video games too. It's the same thing. You can't do that. This dude wanted to go fucking kill somebody, so he just got a gun and went to go fucking kill some people. You know?
Yeah, both dudes.
Was it two dudes? Oh, well both of the
both
shootings.
Yeah.
You know, it's I don't get it. Like, I don't get the reason why we always, when some shit like this happens, everybody's looking for somewhere to blame. Blame the fucking guy.
It's anything.
Blame the fucking guy. They fucking shot the dudes.
It's anything but blame the guy.
They shot the people. Yeah, it's like, oh, well, let's blame the mental health. Let's blame, he didn't have a good childhood. Blame the fucking dude that did it. How hard is that? It's not that hard.
I don't think it's
Every
hard.
time something bad happens, people are looking for something to fucking blame. And some people, you can't get it through your head that some people just want to do fucked up shit.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
People want to do fucked up shit.
Sometimes people they lose it. They don't, you don't know what's going on in everybody's life. Some people lose it, and when they lose it, they do shit like this.
Yeah.
Some they don't. Nothing bad happens. They just want to do evil shit.
And even in that dude's manifesto, he said he's at the very end of it. I don't know if it was at the end towards the end of it. He put in there that all his hatred and shit for Mexicans was way before the fucking Trump administration and all this shit. So, fucking stop with all that shit, man.
Well, it's not going to stop as long as he's president. Just like whenever the next president comes in, whether it's him in 2020 or the next one in 2024.
Unless he's black, then he won't get blamed for it.
No, because there was a different side blaming Obama for different shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just stupid that it's just going to be something else with the next president, whoever it may be.
But mass shootings lately have been an issue. They're happening over and over and over.
Well, let's find out what kind of medication these people are on.
I mean,
Let's see if that's got anything to do with what's making their minds decide to go
the sad thing is,
shoot a whole bunch of people.
I don't know what the answer is, man. How do you stop that?
There is no answer. I mean, like I said, dude, people are gonna want to do fucked up shit.
Quit
man.
the MK Ultra programs. That'll help.
But the also the other two things you see is all week, all you've been hearing is, oh, there's only been 2 mass shootings this weekend. No, there was 4.
Who are the other 2?
Fucking 46 people. 40. Well, hold on.
You gotta reread your notes.
53 people got shot in Chicago just this past weekend. Two of them were mass shootings that happened within the span of 4 hours.
Well, because nothing like that from Chicago gets reported because everyone.
Well, it's because it doesn't.
Not expected.
It doesn't push their agenda.
Oh, I know.
It doesn't push the Trump is racist agenda. Why would you do that? So 7 people died in Chicago. 46 were wounded. There were 2 mass shootings in a 4-hour span. Like, why isn't that being reported? Like, that's some scary shit, dude.
So
That's
you
a
looked
fucking
this up.
city.
Did you look it up? What was it about?
Well, one of them was there were people in a park at 1:30 a.m. and a Camaro. It was a drive-by, so pretty sure it was gang related.
Yeah.
The other one happened around like 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning. Same kind of like the same thing. So
because it's not a way to push the agenda of domestic terrorism and try to blame Trump for it, because when it's a white person that does it, he doesn't say anything, but when it's another color, he makes it a terrorist. But so they can push that agenda, attack the president that way, whether it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you don't hear about that.
But you don't
shit.
hear about the ones in Chicago because they may have been gang affiliated, gang related. That's different than the mass shooter that drove 8 hours to El Paso to shoot at.
It is
to shoot at Mexicans in a Walmart.
It is, but these dudes are hitting. I mean, kids and women too. It's not like they're shooting just gang members. You know, they're doing drive-bys where they're shooting fucking everybody that's there.
That's not a mass shooting. That's
it was a mass. Anything over 4 people.
Okay,
anything over 3 people is a mass
but
shooting.
To me, I understand what you're saying. It's a mass shooting because they're shooting at a lot of people, but they're shooting at a rival target. You know, that's their target. Just there's collateral damage. This guy's target was innocent people. They weren't different gangs, gang related.
To him, they were though. To him, they were. But they were Mexicans.
That's a mentality state that needs to change somewhere.
Which I don't get that shit either, dude. Like you're in Texas, you want to fucking drive 8 hours to find some Mexicans. Guaranteed, there were a bunch of Mexicans in Dallas he could have shot. Saved him some gas.
You could have come to
Home
Austin.
Depot.
There would have been a few. I mean, there was plenty of stops before El Paso.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That dude should have thought about it more.
Nah,
Be environmentally friendly, dick.
I don't know, man. It's fucking crazy and it's sad and it makes me fear for fucking going anywhere.
Yeah, man. It makes me want to get strapped up.
My kids that go downtown or want to go to parties or whatever, and I'm like, dude, how can I consciously just say, yeah, go enjoy yourself when shit like this happens for no fucking reason?
Yeah.
Just because you may be a different color, your skin. And, bottom line is nobody gets to pick their fucking color.
That's what's fucked up
you
about
do.
racism.
You were born.
You can fix it a little bit.
They were born.
Start getting with some white girls.
Come on, Michael.
People are born black. People are born Hispanic. People are born white. You don't get to fucking choose.
And you don't get to choose where you're born either.
Yeah.
Another part of luck of the draw.
It's just a luck of the draw what color, and then all of a sudden you have some entitlement or you're bad and I'm good because we're different colors. Like, dude, none of us got to pick that.
Yeah, but that shit's always going to be there, dude. It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter, man. There's always going to be people that are racist, no matter what. There are always going to be people that disagree, no matter what.
Yeah,
so
sure.
it's not going to stop.
Yeah.
It's never going to stop. That's why I don't get what people fucking...
Racism should stop because it's stupid. But anyway.
Well, yeah, but it's not going to stop. There's a bunch of shit that's stupid. But, like people hitting light poles at work and shit. That shit's never going to stop.
I know you're talking about your other brother. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's a bunch of stupid shit in the world that should stop, but it's not. Like, well, I mean, we're going to get into that.
Well, I mean, but that
later.
one, I mean, yeah, but that one really makes absolutely no sense.
It's
zero.
But I mean, like blaming Trump because he's saying Mexicans are rapists and murderers and stuff.
Well, he does speak very,
I know
with a divisive tone.
I get that, but what I'm saying is like, okay, you go up to any person, ask Ernest. Hey, Ernest, would you go to Mexico right now?
No.
Why not?
Because of fucking crime and drug lords everywhere.
But I thought not all Mexicans were bad.
No, some of them that are in Central America.
Would you go to Mexico right now?
Where the
no,
cartels.
because I don't trust the society because I'm white.
Okay, but I thought all Mexicans weren't bad.
No, they're not.
They're not. I just
They're
don't,
not.
I don't trust the world in there.
Why am I going to go directly to a dangerous spot where I know there
but
are
how do you
some
know
dangerous
it's dangerous?
people? Because
there's dangerous people here.
But
you're not going to go outside your house?
But a lot of the fucking cartel is there. That's where they originate from.
No, it's not. That's what you're made to think with fucking mainstream media.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's why my scared ass ain't going to Mexico.
I don't.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying.
Because I would be a tad bit fearful just because I'm white.
Y'all are basically saying the same thing that Donald Trump is.
No.
That Mexicans are murderers and rapists.
No.
By saying you're not going to go there because it's too dangerous.
I got to have a reason to go there, but no.
That's like saying you're not
I
going
don't know why I would go to Mexico.
You're not going to go to a gang-related neighborhood. I don't know for sure, but I'm told Chicago's pretty bad in certain areas. Now,
yeah, you don't go to the south side.
If I go over there and walk down, if I go and walk down the fucking street and get my ass beat, that's my fucking fault because I know that they're there, and I know, and I went. It's the same thing with the cartel. I know they're there. So why am I going to go over there?
Okay, but
why am I going to go over there? I'm not going to put myself in a dangerous situation.
Like I said, so you're saying the same thing that Donald Trump said.
I don't say the same thing Donald Trump says.
How?
To me,
you just said you won't go.
I don't believe all Mexicans are rapists and murderers.
You just said that you wouldn't go to an entire country
or Mexico
because you think it's dangerous.
Because I don't know where the danger is in that country. I just know it's there.
So would you go with me?
No.
I would go with you because I think you wouldn't. We'd go to where you were.
What do you think about that, Brandon?
First of all,
would I go to Mexico?
How's that logic?
I mean, it's a little bit of a stretch, but it's not far off. Like if you have the idea that it's a dangerous place because there's crime and everything now.
But there's crime and shit here.
You gotta tell me.
That's like saying I'm not gonna go outside here.
Well, no, then you gotta tell us where we're going to Mexico. You can't just say Mexico. Are you going to go to the United States? Yeah, I'll go to the United States.
So you can go anywhere in Mexico you want to.
Tell me where I'm going.
You go
and
anywhere.
I'll tell you if I'll go there.
Pick a spot. Where you want to go?
Where's it safest? That's where I'll go. Okay, you tell me where it's safest.
right at the customs checkpoint. I'll hang out there. I'll fucking hang
At
out
my
there.
house.
Then I'll go with you
That's
down to
probably
Mexico.
the worst place to hang out because they'll take money from you.
Dude, every time I go there, I have the hardest fucking time coming back when I used to go.
No,
I
but
go
that's
with you-
on this side.
If I go with you or your family,
that's
I'll
on
be okay.
this side. That's not on that side.
No, they let me in. It's when I try to leave, it's the fucking problem.
Leave where?
Mexico.
But on the Mexico side,
Yeah, when I'm trying to come back to U.S.,
there's nothing there.
it's a problem.
There's nothing there.
It's a problem for me because they see my brown skin.
Oh my God, you're full of shit.
Dude, I shit you not. Every fucking time I've gone, and then the fucking Spanish starts, and I'm sitting there looking at them like, dude, I don't understand you.
Why
then
did
they
you just
keep-
say that?
I do, and then they keep talking Spanish because now they think I'm bullshitting. So then it becomes, all right, show me your ID, show me this, show
But
me
how's
that.
that a hard time?
Where do you work? How long have you been there? Where are you coming from? And they start drilling me. I've had a couple of times.
Tell me
where-
about some history.
Yeah, I've had a couple of times where my wife,
you did that at the corner store.
where my wife and mother-in-law had to step in and be like, dude, he really doesn't understand Spanish. Stop talking to him in Spanish. After I've told him, and I'm like, dude, what am I supposed to say? I don't fucking understand you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't say no habla español.
I don't know. I've never had to deal with that, and I've gone to Mexico probably a lot more than you have.
I'm sure you have because you're fucking born from there. You should.
I
go
wasn't
back.
born there.
Yeah.
Well, no, but you have more family there than he does,
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
And
is
I don't
it's
have
never
no
happened to
family
me.
there.
and you can speak Spanish, so you're already like 110% ahead of where he would be.
Yeah,
I
but
have
there's
no family there.
but what I'm saying is we've never, even my dad has never, we've never had trouble coming back in like
Well,
that.
it's probably because you.
Even
know-
my dad passed through one time by saying he was an American citizen. They were like, all right.
Yeah, well, you probably go up and they speak to you in Spanish. You speak back, and they understand. Okay,
Why would
But
they
see,
speak to you in Spanish if
because-
you're in America?
because I'm not in America. I'm in Mexico, coming back.
They
to
don't
America.
They
trust
don't
that.
have
They don't
anything
trust
on that
foreigners.
side.
Basically, they think I'm lying.
Okay, but what I'm saying is they don't have anything on that side of the border. On the
Other-
Mexican side of the border, when
Yeah.
you're coming back, there's nothing there.
Other than a Mexican trying to leave Mexico and come to the U.S. So when they sit there and talk to my dark ass skin in Spanish, and I'm like dumbfounded,
Our checkpoint is on the U.S. side.
I don't know
There's no
what side
checkpoint
it's
to
on.
go into the United States on the Mexico side.
I've been stopped going through these motherfucking places trying to get out of Mexico.
He is
And this has
Tex-Mex for
happened.
sure. No sabe español.
This is what has happened to me. I'm just telling you what has happened to me.
South Korea. Hold on. I completely disagree. South Korea and China blow us out of the water with gaming, and they don't have mass killings.
Yeah.
I think that's just a talking point.
And I was gonna say that,
Oh,
Eric.
it's
I don't,
exactly
Yeah.
a talking point.
I
with
don't agree
politicians.
that video gaming has anything to do with the mass shootings.
Yeah,
Because,
so you agree, not disagree.
Yeah.
He was saying that the same
yeah.
thing, that he doesn't think anything.
and I saw a graph that had like video game sales in China and
yeah,
Korea and Japan, and they were way past U.S.
yeah.
And then on the other side, it said mass shootings, and we were like fucking out here, and they barely had anything. And it's like, dude, they're
I'm
buying
curious-
more games than us.
I'm sorry.
And also in those countries, arcades are huge.
Yeah.
Japan, China, things like that. They got big arcades still,
Mm-hmm.
where they play around the fucking clock. These fighting games, shooting games, whatever. But they don't have the problem we have. So how are you gonna sit there and say it's fucking video games?
Yeah, because they're not out shooting people. They're actually in the video game arcade place playing video games.
I don't see.
Well,
it,
no,
man.
I was kind of curious on the sales. What games are being bought compared to what's being bought, like high volume here in the United States compared to those countries?
Yeah, it didn't break it down as far as video game wise, but no matter what game you play, Call of Duty, Fortnite,
You know, there's a bunch
Apex,
of hentai in that shit.
there's a Chinese server, Japanese server.
No, I
They
know.
all
I'm
have
just,
their own servers
but
where
I'm
they're
curious,
playing.
like how many combined